Thank you, Brina, for all you've done. From this moment on, please live happily as a human, just as I wished we could.
I, Eudex Nouvelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Yes.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
Something did.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry.
You obtained power? Just now?
Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice.
You mean me?
The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring Narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
I thought Narwhals just wanted Buddy to find his dad. Holy crap, is there a room to breathe? Like, there hasn't been a chance to stop for, like, 2 whole hours now. At least. I've been going for 3. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Execute it? But how are we going to do that? It's huge!
I've already done my best to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from the whale. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Yeah, I didn't think this would work on it.
Go! I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Stabilize!
It's not attacking us. I think maybe now it might be. I guess we just gotta swipe as it comes through.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Where is it?
I see everything!
Too far away. We in a dubstep battle?
Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress the root from within.
Working on it.
Solidify!
Wait, use the power of what?
Stabilize. Order guide you. Wipe out.
We also need to find child. It wasn't actually a whale.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
Your disciple?
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring
So wait, is she a
Narwhal without
harbinger?
using power from beyond this world.
Harbinger?
So you may speak to me as equals.
What sort of person would take the all-devouring narwhal as a pet?
I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sertologi.
Who?
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The fowl?
No.
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you.
Still had a lot of health
Such ruling
left.
hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
No. Still to be surprised about, Paimon. It is natural, after all. The prophecy will surely come true. We know this. We knew this and accepted it. However,
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here! So the disaster still struck, but the people didn't dissolve. Ridesley's ship.
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry! Hey, lend a hand!
The water's eventually got to go down, right?
Look! The water's receding!
Yep.
It's a miracle! We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong! The prophecy was wrong!
How much was damaged by waterlog, though?
Are you alright? We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
There's still going to be more before I could even bother thinking about logging out. It's been 3 hours. It's like 2:30 in the morning. It's a great story, but holy crap.
The soil renewed. The Spina di Rosula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rosula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it.
Wait, what?
Skyship Winglet, boon or bane of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team.
What about the first researcher after the fact?
Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. I those really Juria and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
They might have been real big shots from the start. We just didn't meet them in that capacity.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
The articles do make me curious about how things will play out.
Hyman's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about?
Well, there's still more to
Exactly
happen,
why I'd like
like
you
the
to
reconstruction.
Come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
You didn't see him during the flood?
Sure. Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
Holy crap, finally a break. I'm making a cut. This is going on for 3 episodes now. I'm making a cut and then wrapping up this episode. All right, my cut has been made. It's time to head. But wait a minute. There's something that I feel like still hasn't been solved. What about when all of those things when attacked us and Navita and Cloran came and saved us? What was the cause of that? Is the story actually not done? Because this feels like it should be done. But now I think about it, something's not right. Something still is not right. Unless that somehow got explained and I just don't know how. Yes, we should be finishing up the story, or at least this part of the Fontanian story. I don't feel like there would be more, but there's a possibility there could be. You never know. Unless you get to the end of it and you find, oh yeah, there is no more. I feel like there could be a possibility for more. Also, I would love it if Silver and Macluse came back somehow after the curse has been broken. But I have a feeling that's not the case. Wait.
Navia!
Who be Dado?
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
What is this
I'm here to update myself
Fatui
on how
doing here?
things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone.
There's still a matter of wrapping up the Gnosis too.
We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte.
So
I'm
yeah,
a big
they're not
fan
back.
of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats.
Particular article to
But
choose.
if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
Friendly neighborhood
That would be
Spider-Man?
fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorant?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat.
Her reputation can rise?
All
I thought she was already like
She really
the top
came here
fighter.
to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Pretty sure she knew she was gonna have to fight
Get
her.
it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up and smile.
I was waiting for a photo bomber.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Paimon, you were made to be cute.
Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on.
She don't believe it.
Snap a few more shots.
Charlotte takes more pictures of Poisson and the clicking of the shutter.
Right, that should do it.
Something.
I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key.
It also
not to
causes
brag,
downfall
but
in
I'm pretty good at
stories
building connections.
where things are
Who
improperly
knows?
reported.
I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clorand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
You already knew she was going?
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillet, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
It's deduction.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Wriothesley will make a personal appearance.
True.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting.
Like?
I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
Alright, where to next? The fortress. Yeah. There we go. Let's go... administrative area. Don't want to go to the production zone. I don't think there's anything that we need to do in the production zone. Possibly ever again. You never know. But... oh, we're actually going to the administrative desk area. Why there? Why not Wriothesley's office? Wait, is it going to change? Nope. I was thinking it might change.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Sure, you can go with that.
Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Oh, we feel so welcome.
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Ooh, are we gonna get sit on the interview? Will we really hear the questions?
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need.
They're still hiding their relationship.
Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please
They don't want to
say
get
things
in
like
out.
that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might
They're
ask,
talking about Noah's Ark?
where's that flying ship now?
Huh! Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm
Ew.
afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
She really does know how to squeeze opportunities for all they're worth.
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Yes,
Did
couple.
you really have to use the word couple?
Yes.
Well then, 2
It's
solo
essential.
photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before.
Yep.
Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah,
What would it be?
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Sijuane, over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Sure. Do I have to smile?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
But it'd probably help.
been at the fortress.
Can I answer?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurrier? Miss Lurvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
Yeah, he likes being down here in the dank,
I'll just
dark
leave the spotlight
depths.
to you two.
We talk with Risley for a while and share news from above ground with
See?
him.
Lots of things happened that day, huh?
Mhm.
Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Ooh,
Oh, actually, what
That's
about
harsh.
you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As
his
to
duties.
what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then.
She doesn't want another story.
All right.
She will definitely force him through, though. The docks. Huh, we have been here. Barely, but we have been here. It's where we started our adventure in Fontaine, when we skipped over the whole entire area that we would have had to travel through just to get to it. Still kind of weird that we skipped all that, just with the cutscene of us walking through the desert, which has now become my intro. I don't need a call for the lift. Yeah, we're not needed up here, right? Yeah. We gotta go around back. And hop on down. Wait. Get away from it. Remember, these things like to just start up. Yo, what about that dude that was following us in the beginning, too? I know that he was one of Farina's informants, but who was he? And where did he go, George? Which way did he go? Hi, here we go.
I didn't see them! They really are here! How did you know?
She's a reporter. She knows these things.
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
Oof.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
You sure are working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Sounds like that would suit him.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler?
I'm denied.
Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
Oh, shucks.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So...
Yeah, something bad would have happened if we didn't.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard.
Nope.
Well, after Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervillet opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Ah, crap.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit... irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Nervillet has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Nervillet knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Well, I guess I can call him one of my war buddies. I can now call him.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind.
Okay.
I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes.
Harbinger's duties.
Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks.
Including genocidal maniacs?
Is something I've always done.
Will you keep to your position?
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Actually, I just remembered something. Please help us deliver this.
A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
Oh, she knows exactly who it belongs to.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
The knave.
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct.
So maybe don't do it.
Me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Bye.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
Will this increase our inventory?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
All right, bye.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
I feel like Paimon and Aether didn't freak out as much about the Gnosis. But then again, this is the 5th time we've seen them be given up to the Fatui. There's only one more that they need to collect. Teleport to the fountain. Yeah, when you think about it, there's only 2 more regions that have to come out before the game comes to an end as far as growing the world goes. They could always do more, but that's all they need is just Snezhnaya and one more region. Because when you have the 7 Archons, we've personally met 5 and did missions in 5 different regions for the 5 different Archons that we've met. Huh? Up, and around. So we're not going inside to meet him this time?
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
Well, then let's go say hi. Neverlet. Forget it.
So, you really are here, Neverlet! Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Alright, go for it.
I'm glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Sigh softly before telling you the truth concerning what he saw that day. Folklore deceived the heavenly principles and used Farina's endless performance to save Fontaine.
Whoa. So that's what happened?
I only saw Farina's part myself.
Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But
Does that mean he's the new Archon now?
what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea.
So you completed them.
Similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
You could say that it was at that moment that the Fontanians were finally truly born.
Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too.
What's wrong?
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask.
Why'd you give it the nowses?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About the incidental verdict that was passed on Child.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now.
So Fontaine's gonna have children with anybody outside?
Won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About Fontaine's future.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House.
So you are the new
I related
Archon.
Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
Good for her.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me.
This duty.
As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person.
Double duty.
Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About Fontaine's Gnosis.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal
Like, the Archons really don't care about the Gnosi at all.
The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations! Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I feel like he didn't just address what Paimon said. He just kind of skipped over it. But it's actually thinking about all the similarities and differences between all the Archons. I mean, essentially, the way that the story's played out, I feel like Venti and Zhongli are the closest to each other in how they go. And then the remaining three have all been pretty similar too, with the Raiden Shogun, Nahida, and Farina. But Farina does have a bit of a similarity to Zhongli now with what was just said. So Venti was always, I let the people do what they want freely. So they respect him, they like him, they love him, but they never really felt like they needed to depend on him for anything after everything that had happened in the past. They just kind of felt like, oh, we're just free to do what we do. Zhongli was heavily dependent on until he faked his death, and now everybody is kind of doing the same thing, but they're going with what he had put in place. So in that way, they're both kind of just, we'll let the people do what they want. With there was a whole thing of she wanted to try and measure up to her sister, and in order to do that, she wanted to leave everything as it was. Nahida wanted to measure up to Rukkhadevata, but was kind of denied existence in that way. And Farina was just a human that actually had another part of her that was an Archon. And she wanted to try and measure up in a way that would be acceptable too. They all had a matter of trying to measure up to somebody, but feeling like they were falling short, whether it being a feeling of inferiority, the feeling of being denied, and the feeling of just faking it. But now, Farina is kind of seen as dead to the people in the way that Zhongli is. So there's all these similarities that are between all the Archons, which would make you think it's lazy writing, but it's actually not, because it's all very similar feelings from different experiences, which is actually rather clever and kind of nails them together. I'm kind of hoping that we'll get to see like Farina interact with other Archons, Nahida interact with other Archons. I feel like Zhongli and Venti are the only ones we've really seen go out and interact with other people in other regions. Everybody else has kind of been a bit more stagnant. Like, I think you've seen in some places, but not really interacting with anybody outside of Yai Miko. All right, I'm going to stop spieling now and go to the next part of about the next stop on my journey.
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume.
Why do I feel like it's the first time I've ever heard about
I
that?
have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land.
Are they closed off? Because I don't think I've met a
As far as I'm
Natlanian.
aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
Woo!
A nation of dragons? You mean
Pyro.
like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity.
Have we met
Natlan
any
is
of them?
also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you.
Sounded like
The
it is,
Harbinger
Sai.
known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Captain.
Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I know what to ask. I have no more questions.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp.
I feel like the
regarding
Archons
this
really feel
specific
like it's
issue,
actually going to a
I was
good cause.
just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
Yeah, it's like it is, Sai.
I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Are we going to get a picture drawing type explanation? Or are we just going to skip over the whole thing and not actually get to hear it? I don't think that would be right.
We're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
Oh, so he stayed behind and talked to her.
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of.
What's it made
It's
of?
the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
Where at, though?
What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
So that's that.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third Descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she
So they
speaks
could
the
cause
truth,
the misfortune.
then I would simply be putting
They probably
Fontaine
won't,
at
but-
unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
A Descender. She mentioned one of them. Am I the fourth? I am the fourth Descender. For me, this information means two things. One, that the Gnosis, I don't know, are related to Descenders. And two, that the one who came before me has already died.
I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third Descender.
That makes sense of why we're able to use different elements without a vision.
Does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision.
That's why I said.
That would count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy.
Also, isn't it kind of weird that we unlock how to use everything?
Third Descender and all.
Like, the way that we unlock being able to use all the different abilities is going to a different statue and resonating with that. But doesn't that mean that they're all actually inside of Aether? So doesn't that mean at some point he could possibly use everything without having to unlock it at a specific statue? That might become a bit much, but I would like it. Don't worry, I won't die so easily.
That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him.
Does Lumine, that's her name, right? Tie for fourth, or is she fifth? She's obviously not third.
Unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
True.
Right. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
For now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will.
Can you understand the will of the gods?
I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what ultimately
Todd's people in droughted areas.
The rains that fall upon all of us.
Masquerade of the Guilty. Quest completes. Boom. All right. Let me go ahead and collect everything. Commissions, did them. Guide, collect. Achievements. Wonders of the world. Complete the Masquerade of the Guilty. Done. I don't think we can do anything with the shop. Hold up. We can power up Aether's Constellation. Turbulent Ripples. Increase the ability of Aquacrest Saber by 3. Boom. Nice. And I'm pretty sure we don't have enough Primo Gems in order to buy. Yeah, we can't buy any more Fates. And we don't have enough Fates to do another roll. So essentially, we're kind of done at this point. Wait. Gotta pass. We are done with the Fontainian missions. All we have to do now... I keep backing out and then going back. All we have to do now with quests is wait for next stories to come out and also... Ooh. Claim. Also, do all of these quests, which we got quite a lot. Let's see here now. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have at least 11 episodes worth of all these story quests to do with these different characters, to which I will get to them eventually. But I feel like the next thing that will probably be uploaded from this game will be the next timed story quest that comes out with another update. Because I'm recording this just before halfway through November, and looking at my upload schedule, this episode comes out at the start of January. And the next update will be happening in December, so I'll probably record the next part then. It gets complex. That's going to be it for this one. As long as I don't have too many different games I'm uploading at one time, I will be uploading more Genshin Impact. But if I'm starting to get overwhelmed by the amount that I'm uploading, like how I am constantly right now, I have, 6 different games that I'm playing currently? If it's like that, then I'll back off of Genshin unless different events come up. But when it gets to the point where it's calm and I don't have much to play, I'll definitely come back and get those story quests done, because it would be nice to have all those story quests done before the Natlan update comes around in probably August. But can you stop yawning, Aether? That'll be it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, deuces.
They say they like the way I spit, and say I'm one of the livest. They want me on their side project, but theory has it ain't just side chick. I said I woke up this morning with some things on my mind, feeling unappreciated. So I wrote it in the rhyme. The Reverend Doctor got an 8K, wet working. You roaches get the raid spray. My weak rhyme, my body, your best verses on game day. I touch the crowns of self-entitled kings. You leave the heat like LeBron when I melt your idols' vital things. This is Malcolm and Martin, Million Man March in Sparta, mixed with a legion of angels surrounding sons and daughters. Simon Peter with a desert eagle, waving it at Caesar. So if I was you, I probably wouldn't mention me either.